Yo, hope everyone is going well. Let me get the live chat up so I can actually see what's going on here. If anyone's here, say g'day, say hello. Welcome to the live stream. So this is the members live stream tonight, so if you remember, I'm going to help answer your questions tonight with grass, related to grass. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this off. Sweet. Is anybody there? Hopefully this is working. Yo, 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 yo. Anybody there? Somebody comment for me. Well, anyway. Hope everyone is going well. Once you guys tune in. Weather has been pretty dang nice here at the moment. The wind has finally stopped, so I've been able to give that sprayer a go that's on the back of my gator, which is awesome. Ashley, what is going on? Berta, yo yo yo. Grant, what is happening, mate? Good to see you, hear you. I don't know. Emma, yo, what is up? Hope everyone's going well. So yeah, tonight is a members live stream. So members, fire away. Ask as many questions as you guys want. Doesn't have to be lawn related, but I mean, it would make sense if it was, because this is a lawn channel. But do whatever you want, bro. You need to calm your farm. Oh dear. But if anyone has any questions, please do ask away. That would be great. Otherwise, I'll just have a chat about things that have been going on, plans over the next little while, which we'll start off now until we start getting some questions, because it might take a while for you guys to log in here, because I did say 7 o'clock. So what has been going on? So as you guys know, with the property, been planning to do a par 3 over in the smaller paddock. And obviously things have been slowed up a little bit because we still haven't got a bore pump, which is why there hasn't been much going on with construction, which is a bit of a bummer. I really want to get some construction stuff going on now. My voice just broke. But yeah, so basically just been waiting for the bore pump. I did mention that in the last video, but I do keep getting the question on and on, why have I not started anything yet? So that is the reason why. Oops, some more guys dropping in. Ken Robinson, how's it going, man? Happy New Year to you as well. Sorry it's taken me a while to get the live streams going again. We took a holiday, and then it's obviously the Christmas period, and then before that I was trying to get the new website running. I mean, it's not an excuse, I should have still done one, but that is why my mind wasn't on doing a live stream, I guess. Sorry. Who else is here? Jason, Matt Berto, Matt Boren. What was your message, man? Make sure you drop it in there, I want to see it. Thanks for the money. Thanks for the little payment too, man. I appreciate that. For the super chat. Aiden, what's happening, mate? Haven't heard from you for a while. Berta. I have so many questions, but I've gone blank. Fair enough. They'll come back. We've got some time. We'll spend at least... we'll spend a while on here. I don't know. We'll at least aim for 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'm going to go watch the new Star Wars episode. What is it? Boba Fett. Which I've been enjoying. Ken, alright, I've got a question. I have 2 patches in what is a real healthy buffalo lawn. I have 2 patches in what is two bad patches, I'm guessing. I've aerated the patches, added top dressing and fertilizer according to your lawn plan for buffalo, but still no change. What should I do? I'd love to see those patches, Ken. Wonder... You've even aerated it. It'd be interesting to see what your pH is like is in your lawn. That would be one place to start, if you haven't already checked that. Have you checked that, Ken? If you have, flick out what the pH is. Yeah, or if you want to, send some photos through, mate, and I can have a look at them as well. That would also be the go. And then we can actually talk about it. If you want to flick me through an email, if you don't have my email address, he will put it. This is the email address I've been using a lot more lately. My dog is going crazy, bro. You need to calm your farm. Okay, so that is my email address. If you want to send it through to that, I'll have a look at it for you, and we'll see what it is. But yeah, I'd love to help you out, Ken. Dean, what is going on, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Your Kaiku is looking mint. It's getting there. I've decided to stop because I've been a little bit lazy and been mowing it while I've been mowing the rest of the property with the ride-on, so the zero turn and the lawn tractor. And because it's on a slope, it just tends to scalp a little bit on that on the slope with the mower on one side when you're going across. On the obviously the lower side, it tends to scalp a little bit, or higher side if you're on the slope, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to start push mowing that more often because the lawn's looking good, but it's just scalping every now and then, which is a bummer. No, I haven't checked my pH. Easiest way to check your pH. I would recommend you, first step, go to Bunnings and get yourself one of those pH testers. Now, not one of the little probes you stick in the ground, but one of the ones you mix a bit of liquid with a bit of soil. I think Manutech is the brand from memory. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let me have a look. Well, let's get it up on the Googles. And let's have a look. Manutech pH tester. Bunnings. That's right, Bunnings after it. So that's what I would recommend you get. So let's pop up this screen. Here we go. We've got Bunnings here. So Ken, this is what I would have a squiz at, and I would get. Yeah, that's the brand, Manutech Garden Care Soil pH Test Kit. $21. It will last you years and years. I've still got mine, and I've had it for years, and I've tested quite a few lawns with it as well. So basically, what you do is you mix your soil with. It'll do it in instructions. I actually can't remember how to do it, but you've got to match up the color of your dirt and the liquid up to one of those numbers there, and that will tell you your pH. Best way to go about it. Right. Let's go back. So, let me get the chat back up. Alright. That's what I'll be doing, Ken. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Once you've checked as well, flick me an email at that email address, or chuck it on the Facebook members page as well, and I will help you out with that. Alright. Jason Adams. I'm using PGR for the first time, just applied it at half rate. Is there anything to do in coming out of using it? Keep applying now until temps start to drop. Yeah, I keep applying it now. You can use something like a PGR tracker or a GDD tracker, they call them, which will tell you how often to apply it, basically. I've got an old video on YouTube. Let's check this out. You ready? Let's jump onto YouTube. Let's bump it up here. So let's go lawn tips PGR. See, it's already in my search because I've sent this video to so many people because I get the question all the time. So here's the video here. So what you can do is watch this video and I talk about how to reapply it and how often to reapply it as well, because we could get quite in depth talking about that, but you basically want to reapply it before it jumps out of being effective, so because otherwise it goes into what they call a rebound stage and you'll actually get a huge flush of growth if you don't reapply it in time. I mean, I'd recommend you look at a GDD tracker, otherwise apply it every 3 weeks, otherwise, because yeah, that'd be the way to get across it. Is there any benefit to... So let's get up on the screen. Is there any benefit... Oh, you guys can see that now. Not smooth at all. Alright, we're back to this. Is there any benefit in using a low dose of PGR during winter in warmer climates, the Gold Coast? If your lawn's still actively growing, yeah, you could 100% use it. I'd just be careful if there's chance of disease, which there is a higher chance because you're going to get more rain during that time of year, because you might just get more disease, and it's going to be hard for grass to grow out of disease when it's got PGR on it because you're slowing it up so much. So I would only go really, really light rates if you wanted to, just to make your lawn a bit more tight-knit. Until nicely if you're getting still quite a bit of growth. Otherwise, just be careful because you can get disease, because lawns are prone to disease in the winter time. Kike looks good with a bit of length. Yeah, I do agree it does look good with a bit of length because I haven't trained it down to a shorter height to cut yet. So the longer it is at the moment, it is looking a lot better because the crowns are a little bit higher. So bit of a situation. Obviously, I went away on holidays and we had Christmas, this and that. So I wasn't keeping up with the regular mowing, which you need to do, which I wasn't doing. So because I wasn't keeping up with the mowing, the crowns of the grass were growing a little bit too long. So where the leaf shoots from, obviously is going to be from a higher point. So the taller I mowed it, the more leaf there was there, so the greener it's going to be. So yeah, you just got to train it. No worries, Aussie Lawn Dad. Any time, mate. Anyone else got any questions? Flick them in. If you guys are watching this and you aren't a member, you can become a member by jumping on the channel. If we just have a look here, I'll even show you how to do it. You ready? You ready? You can jump on my channel. You can hit join like this, and you can actually hit join just there as well. And it just means you'll get access to the... Whoa, that's me watching myself. You'll get access to the these live streams and chatting in it, and you get access to the members Facebook group as well, where people put through photos and ask questions as well. Cool. So any more questions on here? Snooty. Phil, welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Hope you're well. All right, Berta. About 3 months ago last year, I seeded perennial ryegrass, and it was going good until about 3 weeks ago. I'm guessing it got hot. My lawn started with a small brown patch, and now it has taken over. I'm pretty sure it's dead. Not sure what caused it. So I would say if it was 3 weeks ago, really good chance it's been the warmer temps. And depending on where you live, I'm guessing probably Victoria if you had perennial ryegrass, or somewhere in New South Wales. And because of it, we had a little bit of like some warmer temps probably about 3 weeks ago. It probably got shocked quite a bit. Now, the thing with perennial ryegrass, and this is what I found when I had it at home, when it's your only lawn and you don't have a mix of anything else in there, is you need to keep an eye on it nearly daily when we start to get really warm temps above 30 degrees. Like, seriously, 30 degrees, it'll smash you. So if that's what it is, and it sounds like that's what it is, I would make sure you bump up your watering schedule. Some of it will come back. You'll start to see some shoots come through those brown patches. You never know, you might get a lot of it back. But if it's really, really far gone, Western Sydney, yeah, 100% reckon that's what it is. But if you wanted to send me an email, we can have a look. Let's just double check, see if we've got any emails from Ken. No, we didn't get any emails. If you want to send through those photos of your lawn, Ken, feel free as well. We can have a look at it if you would like. Yeah, so I'd say it just needs a little bit of extra water. You could put down some liquid seaweed as well to help stimulate a little bit of root growth and get it to push back through. But water's going to be your best friend this time of year to help out. Grant J, are you happy with the Kaiku, or are you wanting your Tiff Tuff back? It's a good question. As you guys know, Kaiku isn't my favourite grass type, but I sort of want to stick with it just for the challenge, just because it's something different. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that have Kaiku lawns. I definitely do Mr. Tiff Tuff and the finer cooch, but I find a spot on the property to put that down. I'm not going to change the front out to a different grass type. That's going to always stay Kaiku. But there's plenty of other areas which I can get different grass types down. Now, I was planning to get some Tiff Tuff or something similar out in one of the areas out further down, but obviously I have no irrigation set up yet, so that wasn't going to happen. But once we get the irrigation set up, we should have projects coming at 8 years. I'm just waiting to get that done. I'm itching, man, I'll tell you what. John Robinson, what is going on, mate? I'm going very well. Hope you're well, mate. I haven't heard from ages. Hope things are well. Hope the family's well. Hope things are going well over in America. I bet you it's cold at the moment. I bet you it's freezing. Is there any other... Oh, bro, you broke my stubby holder. That was one of the Lawn Addicts ones as well. See that? Western Australia Lawn Addicts. Sorry, guys. I apologise for my dog chewing that. That was a bit silly. That was one of my favourite stubby holders too. Snitty. Anyone else got any other questions? Berta, feel free to send me an email as well if you like. I'm just going to chuck my emails up here, so if anyone does send one through, we'll be able to see it. so I can see it pop up for me. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Berna, I appreciate the super chat. You did not have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. It's very, very nice. Right, keep asking the questions, guys. We've got lots of time, and I'm happy to answer nearly anything. Most questions that you have. Feel free to ask anything about the property and plans. Yeah, I don't mind what you guys ask. Right, here we go, John. What are you saying? Ooh. Ditto, bro. Had several storms and sub-zero temps lately. Blech. Is that sub-zero Fahrenheit or Celsius? Because if that's Fahrenheit, that's disgusting. Nice to be talking grass. It always is. Would you recommend overseeding Santa Ana cooch with bent grass and the best time to seed it? You definitely can do it. If you're going to do bent grass, I would get it down nowish if you can, so it gets established before winter, because it just takes a little bit to get established, and you want it to get nicely established before the cold temps hit. So I'd be doing it the next week or two if you can, mate. And just be aware, it is a lot of work. You'll be looking at it quite often, and you have to keep the water up to it, and just keep an eye on it. But yeah, you give it a go. It's worth giving it a crack. A crack. Just be aware that what am I saying? That bent grass seed is expensive and actually quite hard to find as well in smaller quantities. Aiden Green, I'm thinking about doing work experience on a golf golf course. Do you know any good places to go around Greater Sydney? To be honest, mate, I'm not sure. It'd just be, honestly, you could call up a few places and ask if you'd be able to do work experience with the greenkeepers. Yeah, I don't really know anyone in Sydney. It would be best just to make phone calls, send emails, just try to contact people and just explain that you're keen, you're interested in getting into it, and see if I'll take you for some work experience. That would be the best way to go about it. But yeah, I think it's a great idea, mate, as well. Go for it. Fahrenheit. So 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Freezing. Michael J, where would you suggest to read up about a specific lawn type to help it grow? You can do some Googling. It depends on what the grass type is as well and what climate it's in. But I have looked at you can find a lot of info on a lot of the Turf University websites over in the States. Or there is like books that are made for turf as well, but you got to be aware a lot of them are made for America and for superintendents, so they're pretty in depth. But I mean, yeah, there's a couple of options here and there. It really depends on what you're after, but there is quite a lot of stuff on Google. You just got to know how to Google it, I guess. I know Lawn Solutions has quite a few articles on their website and blogs and stuff, so it might be worth even checking there to start. Phil, is there any way to get a Zoysia lawn to fill in bare patches faster? As I did a reno last October and there's still a few bits that won't fill in or are quite thin. Yeah, so with Zoysia, as a lot of you guys know, because it's marketed like this, it's a slow growing grass, so it does take quite a long time to fill in, especially if you do a hard reno. You find it will take a little bit longer to fill in. Now, one way you could help it to fill in is spoon feeding those areas with some straight urea. Now, be very, very careful doing this. So you put in a quarter dose of urea in a knapsack, and I would recommend spot spraying those areas. So mix up your granular urea, which you can get from Bunnings. Mix it up in your knapsack or like a little hand can or something like that with some water. Make sure you do that. And spray it out on those areas and do it weekly if you can at quarter rate. That's really going to push some growth. And make sure you dilute it with a lot of water as well in your knapsack. So, yeah. And then I'd even recommend giving it a little hand water afterwards as well, because urea can burn quite easily. But that is a really good way to get it to fill in quickly. Don't use plant growth regulator, because that's not going to help it fill in. It's just going to help your lawn tighten up. Yeah, that's what I would recommend you do. There's the thing with Zoysia, beautiful grass, just takes sometimes a little while for it to get going. Are you still thinking of doing the Airbnb? Yes, we just need to furnish it, so it's pretty much ready. We just need to get some furniture from IKEA. Need to make a trip. Aussie Lawn Dad, I'm thinking of oversowing with rye over winter. How hard is it to spray out blue/green cooch when spring rolls around? Oh, so you're saying you want to keep the rye and get rid of the cooch? Because if that's the case, it's going to be quite hard to do. Like to selectively get rid of cooch out of ryegrass, in all honesty. There's not really many options in that sense. Let me know what you're thinking with that, Mr. Lawn Dad. Alright. Berta, can you reseed over established perennial ryegrass with a different type of seed? 100% you can. Or should it be mixed from the beginning? No, you can 100% overseed. You do the same sort of process. You scalp your lawn back. You can even core aerate if you like. Put your seed down, top dress, and then keep the water up to it. Maybe get some starter fertilizer out if you'd like to, or some sort of slow release fertilizer. So when the seed starts to germinate, it's got something to feed off. But you definitely can add a different grass type in there. Now, depends on what you want. Cooch might be an idea in Sydney, something like definitely a cooch seed. It's not going to blend too badly either with your ryegrass if you want to keep your ryegrass in there, and it will fill in nicely. But the thing is, it's probably getting a little bit late to put cooch down for it to establish nicely. It's something you'd want to be looking at doing in springtime. If you want it to be filled in now and looking nice, I'd probably put some more ryegrass down for some winter coverage, and then switch over to your cooch come the springling. First photo of my lawn, second one of the patches. I can't see your email, Ken. Did you send an email? I haven't got an email yet. Let me just refresh it. Nah, I can't see any emails. No, okay, that's alright. Yeah, golf course, cool, Aiden, that'd be awesome. Yeah, give him a call around, make some emails, that would be the go. Sorry. Phil, champion, I'll give it a go. Thanks. Not a worry, man. Sweet. Alright, lots of thanks. No, spray out the rye once the cooch comes out of dormancy. Beautiful. Yeah, you'll be able to do it with something like some Tribute. You can also use something like Monument, which you sort of need a license for Monument. Or you could use even something like, what's it called? Is it Destiny? Use something like Destiny as well. Yeah. So it's not going to be too hard. Sometimes ryegrass can pop its way back in as well. Just be aware. So you might need to pull some out during the season, because sometimes it's just a little bit cheeky and it keeps coming back through. I found that when I had the ryegrass and the Tiff Tuff. And a little bit of advice too, if you do put ryegrass down, make sure you spray it out in August. Do not wait until September, October, because then it is going to suppress your cooch. And you're going to find it's going to be a struggle to get it looking good for that whole season, like I did with my golf green when I lived in town. Which, funny story actually, I went to that place recently. When did I go? Last week, because the person who bought it has just moved in. Someone was renting it before. A lot of dead and dry patches all over it. Tiff Tuff's still going strong because we've had enough rain this season, but we had one hot week where we didn't get much rain and the ryegrass just burnt out, which is what I sort of expected to happen. But it still doesn't look too bad, to be honest. What was I going to say? Yeah, the guy who owns it asked me to go over there to help him fix it, so it was pretty funny. I almost thought about asking him if I could shoot a video there, just for old time's sake. It'd be so weird. It was really weird walking into that backyard after all that. But I think he's going to eventually put some sort of cooch down in the yard, because I was out there nearly every day in summer, hand watering patches and just keeping an eye on it all the time. That's what ryegrass is like in the summertime. Dean Walker, I asked the question on the Facebook group. Let me see if I can find it. I'm on there now, actually. Where is it, Dean? Where's the question, Dean? Did I miss it? If I've missed it, I'm very sorry. Let me search your name. Dean Walker. Does monument kill... Oh, there you go. Did I write back to it? February the 3rd. I can't. It's not loading. Well, that's loading. We'll just keep looking at the other questions. No, I did. Was that the question you asked? Sorry, Dean. You said monument won't kill Bahia grass. Does that leave Roundup? Yes, Roundup's probably going to be one of your best options. What's your grass type again, Dean? Sorry. If you could just refresh me on what it is, and we will sort this out for you. What's your favourite type of lawn stripe? I reckon the old checkerboard's probably my favourite. Man, I haven't done lawn stripes for ages. Also, guys, if you are a new member, make sure you head over to the Lawn Tips Facebook group. Make sure you jump onto that and become a member. Now, the password for it is in the community tab page on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel and click the community tab, there's a members only sections in there that I can post, and I've posted a code for the guys to get into the members Facebook page. Yo, Perry Key 97, welcome to the members live stream. Appreciate you becoming a member. Absolutely appreciate it. Dean Walker, green cooch. Yeah, okay. So you've got Bahia grass, which Bahia grass isn't Bahia grass paspalum. Hold up. See, this is one that I don't have a lot of experience with, and this is why I haven't given you a super straight answer. Sorry. Bahia grass. Let's do some googling for you, Dean. Yeah, it looks like paspalum. Paspalum seed head anyway. Doesn't mean that it is. Is Bahia grass like the paspalum that is an actual grass type though? Bahia grass, paspalum. Yep, it is. It is. Alright. Selective herbicide for Bahia grass. Let's do some googling. For Bahia grass in green cooch. So yeah, I don't know the answers to everything. Let's just double check on the monument label, but it's not. See, the thing is, it's not from memories. It's not listed on there. It's only listed as suppression, I'm pretty sure. Bahia grass, paspalum, suppression and seed head control. Yeah. So as I said, it's only going to suppress it, Dean. So it's not actually going to kill it. So what suppression means is that it's basically going to slow down the growth of that Bahia grass or the paspalum, which this isn't paspalum that you see in lawns that has that really thick leaf blade like I have it in my front lawn. It's actually a turf type paspalum, if that makes sense. So there's some golf courses that have fairways that are paspalum, especially over in a couple of the warmer countries that need salt water to water the grass, because you can actually water it with salt water, and it's not too big of an issue. So suppression basically means that when you apply it, it's going to slow down the growth, stop the seed head, and the more and more that you apply it on a schedule, it's eventually going to get choked out because your other grass is going to take over because it is slowing down. So potentially, if you got on a program, you could probably nearly get rid of it over time, but it's going to take quite a bit of time for that to happen. Like it could take 2 seasons, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you can hit it with Roundup or something like that. Otherwise, I'm not sure if there is any other selectives. Sorry, it's not my huge area of expertise. Otherwise, there is DSMA, but DSMA is an S7 chemical, which, in all honesty, is probably something I don't recommend that people use. So DSMA, which is paspalum killer, which you used to be able to get in Bunnings. It had DSMA and MCPA, I think, from memory. And it was at lower rates, like a lower active in there, but it does the same thing. I hope that helps, Dean. If you still want some more answers on that, feel free to shoot me an email. We'll get a bit of an email thread going. Ashley Tilling, what are your thoughts on using DAP fertilizer as a source of fert on ryegrass lawns? What's DAP fertilizer? D.A.P fertilizer. Let me just Google it for you, so I don't look like a silly sausage. DAP. DAP is the most economical and therefore the world's most commonly traded and used phosphorus fertilizer. Its high analysis minimizes freight, handling, and storage. Nice. It is used in both on its own in combination with other fertilizer blends. They supply starter nitrogen as well as phosphorus, so it's a high phosphorus fertilizer. I'd be very careful with high phosphorus fertilizers. Because a lot of soils have enough phosphorus in there anyway, and phosphorus does take a while to actually become active in the soil, and yeah, phosphorus isn't something you need a lot of. You could definitely use it, but it's something you'd probably use as an amendment more than anything if you're needing phosphorus in your lawn. Best to get a soil test to see if that's something you need, because if you've got really high phosphorus already, like, it's going not to be great for your lawn. Now, I'm not a genius when it comes to knowing exactly how to read soil tests through and exactly what soils need and everything like that. I've done some research, but I'm not an expert, you know what I mean? I'm not a turf scientist, so I won't claim that I know everything about that. But, I mean, yeah, if you do a soil test and you're low in P, it's probably something you could look at, but I don't really have any experience with it. I've never actually used it. Tribute is basically the only thing that can be used for paspalum apart from Destiny, which you need a license for. Correct. What's the tribute label actually say about paspalum though? And paspalum, more higher grass, not. Oh my gosh, can't even spell it. Tribute herbicide. Tribute. Let's just double check for ya. Let's go to the label. Let me get it up so you guys can see it as well. Alright, here is the tribute label. So what we're looking for is on this side here, situation, couch grass, which is what we have. So we say do not apply to Queensland blue couch. Always look out for that. So you can use it on paspalum dilatum, not paspalum. What's the other one called again? Oh my gosh, man, botanical names, they'll get you. So there's a difference. What's the botanical name for Bohia grass? Paspalum notatum. Oh man, how good is that? So yeah, so there are actually a different type of paspalum, just so you know. So it's not so Tribute isn't registered to kill this type of paspalum. That doesn't mean it's not going to kill it. It's just not registered, so I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work because I don't have experience with it. Anyway, let's jump onto something else. All right. I've just sent the photos by email. First, my lawn. Second, one of the patches. All right, let's have a look at your photos, Ken. Let's get them up. Let's have a little squiz. Once it loads. All right. Here we go. So here's your lawn. This is your buffalo lawn. It is looking pretty good. I can't see the patches in there at the moment. Love that hedge on the side too, mate. Beautiful. Where are the patches? Tell me away. Nice magnolia there as well. I love magnolias. They are beautiful. Here we go. So let's get that one up. Oh, here are your patches here. All right. Yeah, so you have aerated them. You've you said you top dressed them. I'd be interested if there's anything under the soil there, like a little bit of concrete or something like that from your like concrete and paving area just here. It'd be interesting to see. Is there any other sections like that in other parts of the lawn, or is it only there? Also, have you tried, when was the last time you applied some fertilizer? Have you tried using some liquid ferts just isolated on that area? Possibly that could be an option. Yeah, Your grass does look a little bit sick around here, though. You can see that, like, it's going a little bit off-coloured on the leaf. Like, it's a little bit more lime green. Even just there. Ken, if you could take some photos for me and send me some close-ups, because look, there's a couple of spots on that leaf just there, as we can see. Hard to see exactly what it is, but you could have some grey leaf spot or something. How long have these patches been there for as well? It's interesting. You might even have a little bit of disease, or you could have some concrete under there. It could be. That's the thing. It could be many things. But that's where I'd start. Send me some photos and see if you can look at the leaf. Otherwise, chuck a screwdriver or a pitchfork down in there and see if you can feel any concrete underneath or some pavers or something like that. I found I had a patch at my house like that. And then we'll go from there. We'll take it step by step. Beautiful. Thinking of laying Tiff Tuff at the end of autumn, May. Is that too late in the season? Depends on where you live. Perry Key, 97. You can lay it then, believe it or not. It's just it's probably not going to establish very well if you lay it that late in the season. So you won't be mowing it until spring hits. And there is potential of some of it going off and taking a little bit longer to come back, just so you know. Dean, not to worry, mate. Happy to help. Hope that did answer some questions for you. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. Always happy to help, mate. Aiden, if you didn't get given the John Deere, what type of brand of ride-on would you have bought? That is a good question. It would be dependent on price and my budget at the time, I guess. And I would have done a bit of research. I was looking at Toros. I was looking at some John Deeres as well. When I first purchased this property, I knew you had to get a ride-on. But to be honest, I haven't really thought about it too much because the guys at John Deere or Hutchin & Peers reached out to me pretty much straight away when I put up my property review video. So, yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much, but Toro, John Deere, I don't know. I would have gone for something along those lines because they're what I've had experience with over the years when I was on the golf course. We both had John Deere and Toro mowers. I honestly haven't really used anything else. Because that tends to be what we would buy when you're on a golf course. Some golf courses use like Kubotas and stuff like that. It really depends. Thomas, I've planted Princess 77 cooch on my front lawn. I had common cooch before and have been using Monument for IQ control. When can I start applying Monument again? I wouldn't even think about using it until your cooch is like completely established and your root system is like getting down past 3 to 4 centimeters, and it's nice and healthy and filled in as well, just to be safe. Ken Robinson, fertilized a month ago, patch has been there for months. Okay, no change no matter what you do. All right, well, I'd definitely be looking at your pH test, seeing what's going on there. If it was disease, it would have taken over your lawn a lot more than it has if it's been there for months. So it might be something underneath the soil there. Have you always had that issue, I wonder? But anyway, do your pH test first and we'll go from there, mate. We'll figure it out for you. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, mate. A legend. Thoughts on doing a budget lawn reno on Kike? What would you use and recommend? I live in a rental and have time and budget restraints, mostly time. So if you've got obviously time restraints and obviously budget restraints as well. If anything, I'd highly recommend you at least scalp it. Cut your lawn down to not quite dirt, but nearly dirt, because you got a mower, you're going to be able to do that. It's not really going to cost you anything apart from some fuel and possibly some new mower blades if you overdo it. And then if you can, core aeration would be awesome. I would not worry too much about a scarifier if you cannot afford hiring one out. And from there, top dressing is something I would recommend you do, but it's not something you have to do if you're scalping and aerating, believe it or not. You don't have to do it, especially if you're in a rental and you don't want to make your lawn perfectly level over time. It's not something you have to do. It is going to help areas fill in a bit though, if you do want to go along the lines of top dressing. And then some fert to help it kick back into growth. That's what I would recommend you do. No worries, Ken. Very happy to help. But sending you an email of my death patch now. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll keep an eye out. Make sure you guys ask some questions too if you like. If you guys don't have the password again for the Facebook members page, and you are now a member, I will post it up again tonight as well on the community tab on YouTube, so you guys can find it. If you are a member and I haven't approved you on the Facebook page as well because you didn't type the password in, let me know. Send me an email or look for the password again and go from there. What are you doing, dog? You alright? What are you doing? What's happening? Oi! Don't lick. Right. I'll tell you what, we're getting close to the end of the season now, which is crazy. I can't believe how quickly this year has gone. It has been ridiculous. I was honestly thinking I would have so many more projects done by now, but just not the case this year. Just sometimes things don't go according to plan. It has been an odd last couple of years as well, so I mean that doesn't help with getting products and getting pumps and everything else on top of that. Alright, beautiful. I think we're running out of questions. We might wrap it up soon unless you guys have something else you wanted to ask a question about. Let me know before we wrap it up. We've been on for 40 minutes. That has gone quick. That's gone really quick. Oh, I've got an email. Berta. Here we go. Alright, I'll get these photos up and then I will get them up on the screen for you all. Yep, I think I know what it is already, just by looking at it. That's right. So, where are we? Let's get this up. So let's look at these photos. So, straight away when I look at that, dry patch. So your lawn has just dried out because of the heat. I'm just used to looking at what a dried out ryegrass lawn looks like because I have experienced it in the past. Yeah, so unfortunately you've just dealt with some dry patch. You can see you've got a couple of shoots, actually, where are we? Coming back down the bottom here. But, wow, it looks like your soil is a little bit compacted too, to be honest. And did you possibly use river sand when you put it down? I can see a couple of pebbles in there. Which is another reason why it might have dried out a little bit quicker. Just by looking at your soil just there. Is it hard to put a screwdriver in? If it is, I'd recommend you aerate at least before you get any more grass down. But yeah, you can see just by the shape of these patches that 100% is dry patch. Yep. Unfortunately, sorry Berta, that's all that's happened. The Maggie's not normally a good sign though. It doesn't look like grab damage to me, but cheeky little magpie. Have you seen the magpies pecking at the ground, Berta? That is one question I would like to ask, just in case, but to me it does look like dry patch. Almost looking pretty good there. Looking pretty nice. Right, let's pop back. Schnitty, what are you doing, man? That's not nice. You right? Me? Ken Robinson. Why the golf course? What are your plans for the property? Why am I doing a golf course? So I'm not doing a full golf course, just a par 3 to start. And the reason is because I want to show constructing a green. I want to show obviously how I'd look after that area. I want to get a pristine golf green. Not pristine, just something that I can, for one, because I want to use it, because it'd be good fun. It'd work in well the Airbnb as well. That's something a little extra on the side, and because I think it would be interesting for videos as well and gives me more things to show off over time. So I could work on the front lawn, could work on the green for some videos, work on the fairway, work on the tee, show how I'd maintain that area and how we're going to construct it as well with the irrigation and all those kind of things. I just think it can just show you guys how we would do that, and it's obviously something I'm passionate about coming from a greenkeeping background as well. Perry, what is your recommendation on a cylinder mower with interchangeable cartridges? I've actually been looking at the Alette ones recently, and they actually look really, really good. Yet to try one, but they do look quite solid, and they look great. Who else does interchangeable cartridges? Swarman does. Who else does them? Even some of the Protea ones are good. The Protea ones are good. It's just it takes a while to change the cartridge. It depends on what you want to do. If you want something that's quick to change them, or you're not too fussed. Yeah, there's a couple of options out there for sure. Is it worth scarifying or dethatching my Zoysia before the end of the growing season in Queensland, or am I better off waiting until next season? You can technically still do it. If it was me with Zoysia though, I'd probably hold out till next season unless it really, really needs it. If anything, you give it a bit of a scalp. Don't go too heavy with it. Or even give it like a light dethatch or scarify and just pull out all of the dead stuff that's in there if you can. I'd probably even do that over scalping it, because at least you're just going to pull the dead stuff out and still leave some green stuff there. And your lawn's going to look nice still. But just be aware, it is cool. Well, not cooling off. It's cooled off here in orange because it's orange, but it's not obviously going to be cooling off quite yet where you're living. Aiden, what yard project are you planning on doing next? Well, next one will be putting in the bore pump and then irrigation, and then from there, mate, we're going to start shaping golf green, shaping the golf course, pulling out rocks from the fairway that we're going to have down there. Just starting to work on it, pulling out the grass that is there as well, and get ready for turf. That's the plan. So as soon as we'll move into irrigation, which will be an ongoing thing through winter. I'm going to oversee the kaiku with some ryegrass as well in the next 2 weeks. So that's another project I get going. I've got going as well, I guess. But yeah, that's the plan, Aiden. That is the plan. Berta, yes, lately you top dressed it with that soil by the look of it. Okay, so just with that soil the sand that you put down, just be really, really careful with what sand you get. If you find it's got a little pebbles in it like that, you've just got to be careful, because sometimes it can be worse for your lawn than better, because there's quite a lot of big rocks in there, if you know what I mean. Can cause issues with compaction. Well, not compaction, but your mower picking it up, and you don't really want pebbles in your lawn. You want something a little bit finer to top dress with, so the grass is going to grow through it nicely, and the sun's not going to hit those rocks and heat up the area around it as well. Michael Berry, I've emailed you a couple of photos of my sapphire buffalo patch. It started from spilling fert on it, seems to be expanding though. What fert did you spill on it, Michael? Let's get it up. Michael, where did you send it? Sorry, can't see it, my man. I'll search your name. Michael Berry. Maybe I missed it. Right, I can't see it there. Yeah, I spelled your name right. You right there, Schnitty? You having fun? No, I can't find the email, Michael, so you might need to send it again, sorry. And my spam, I'm not getting spam anymore, so I should receive it. No spam. Cool, because I'm pretty sure I fixed that. All good. Well, when it comes to have a look, I aerated top dress and even tried transplanting runners, which don't seem to have taken. Do you have any ideas? Once we see the photos, we'll have a look. And how long ago did you spill the fert as well? Because it will take a while for it to come back. Yeah, we'll see the photos and we'll go from there. But so what do you recommend I do right now, being in the situation? Should I wait till after summer? Right now, keep the water up to it if you can. Possibly aerate those areas if you can. If I was in that situation at my house personally, yeah, I would just keep the water up to it. Maybe weekly doses of some liquid seaweed, liquid kelp. But yeah, like when I was in that situation, when was it? Last year or the year before? And I had some patches like that. I just waited until it cooled off a little bit, and then I oversowed that area just there. That's probably what I recommend doing, because you don't want to try and put seed down when it's too hot, otherwise you're going to have the same issue, and it's going to be really hard to get it to germinate. You're like a detective solving a crime with that little magpie comment. Nice, looking forward to the videos. Thanks, Aiden. A suggestion, you could put in small sections of different types of grass, and show your audience how to look after these different types of grass. So yeah, that is the plan in the long term. I'll have different areas. They probably won't be next to each other, but I will have different areas and showing different grass types and how to look after them as well. So that is definitely the plan. But I don't want them just to be square patches and look out of place, and I want it to sort of match the landscape. So I've got lots of ideas for in the backyard, under the trees, all these different areas, and show how to work with them differently. So everything's not going to happen instantly, as you can imagine, because it's such a big area, and I'm not outside as often as I'd like to be, because I still do the emails and I still run the website and still editing videos and shooting the videos as well, which does take quite a while. So I spend probably more time in the office than I do outside, which is something I'd like to change in the future, which we are moving that way with the new website change. It's just I've still been sorting out things with the shipping and chasing up a lot of orders lately, because we've had issues with couriers like crazy because of COVID, and people like couriers have been getting COVID obviously, so that's causing delays. And then some couriers are saying that the item's delivered and it's not delivered, and then we've had leaking packages, so they just sort that out. So there's just a few things going on, but we will get there. It's taking more time than I would like, but that's obviously a priority because people are buying products, which makes sense. Michael Berry, Elevate, having trouble sending the email. Is it not coming through? Anyway, when it comes through, so if you've got fertilizer burn, keep the water up to it, which I'm guessing you've done. It'd be interesting to see how long ago it was. Schnitty, no, bro, don't do that. He's getting restless. You crazy boy. Stop it. Stop it. Come here, brother. I just really love to see it. Sorry, Michael, just so I can really help you out properly. I don't just want to take a guess and a stab at nothing. Sometimes I like getting a visual of things just so I can really understand what the situation is like and where we can go from for there. Perry, how is Josh's lawn looking these days? Would love to see an update video in the future. Yes, I do need to go there and do an update video. His lawn's actually looking really good. He did a reno, I think it was in November. And it has come up mint. I haven't looked at it probably in the last couple of weeks, but last time I saw it, it was looking great. No worries at all, Berta. Thanks for asking the question. Appreciate it. I just got an email. That might have been Michael's. Another email. No. Nope. That's not it. Alright. Well, make sure I'm going to wrap the stream up soon, sorry. Make sure you guys ask any more questions if you can. We've got a couple of minutes left, because we'll wrap it up in probably about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll start to think about wrapping it up, because Schnitty is just starting to go crazy. No, just because we're going to wrap it up. We'll go from there. Ken Robinson, what is the camera gear you use for making your videos? Alright, so there's a couple of different cameras I use. I've got a Sony A7S III that uses my main camera, which has a 16 to 35 mm lens on it, which is why I get that nice wide angle on it. That's my main camera. Sometimes I use like a point of view camera, which is just a GoPro, which normally just sits on top of my hat on the brim, which you guys will see when I'm using Whippersnipper and stuff. Sometimes I'll mount that GoPro too to mowers and stuff like that. I do have a backup camera as well, which is another Sony, the A7 III, which I use for a second angle every now and then if I need to. And I got the drone as well, which is a Mavic Pro 2 from memory. Love that drone. Has Schnitty put any wee patches on the lawn? No, he hasn't actually. I haven't found any wee patches. I don't even know where he does poos, to be honest. I don't know where he hides them. I'm going to find a big pile of poo one day in the backyard or the front yard, and it's going to stank. But I haven't found it at all. Maybe he goes in the paddock or something. What do you do? What do you do with your poos? Don't know. Maybe he goes to the toilet. But also my weeds are getting out of control. What do you recommend I put down? So since you got ryegrass, you could use that turf control product that I do have on my website. Turf control is fine, or something like dicamba and MCPA, which is Camber M, which you can get it like your rural centre and stuff like that as well. But yeah, you got a couple of options there for your broadleaf weeds. And with ryegrass, just always double check that ryegrass is on the label, but for those 2 herbicides that I did just speak about, it is on the label, so you'll be fine. Alright, we might wrap it up now. Thanks guys so much for tuning in and watching the live stream. I'll do one again in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll keep up with that schedule. And I'll stick to it as well. I find with myself, if I actually commit to a schedule, I tend to do things. If I don't write a schedule for myself, I don't get stuff out there. So that's why I've always had a schedule for the videos, so I actually get them out. So yeah, live stream in a fortnight's time or the week after that, just depending on what's going on for the weeks for me here at home, obviously. But thanks guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys watching. This week's video will be out on Saturdays, it normally is, and we'll be doing something with the sprayer. Gonna try that sprayer out, and I'll show you guys how the Kaiku is looking as well. And if anything else, I also had a mower turn up yesterday as well from Jason at Old Time Parts. So I'll show a little sneak preview of that as well. He's just sent me a little mower to try out, and I'll send it back to him when I've done. But yeah, thanks guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate yous. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weeks, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. I think a comment just came out as I was talking though. Nope. See you, John. Appreciate you, man. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. See yous later. Bye.